I really appreciate you joining me today, and this is a really important story that we need to talk about. And thank you to everyone that has supported the channel so far. I've had a busy week and we've been at the Palestine protests in Birmingham. We've started the website and we've got the merchandise being launched this weekend. This first story is about a police officer that has been convicted of assaulting a man while he was drunk as well. The police officer was drunk. This is the sad reality now, and this has got absolutely no mainstream media coverage. This hasn't even got media coverage. They don't care about it. The police have made sure they haven't attached a picture for the conviction, and there's no context, there's no victim. We are very used to seeing young black men in the paper for low-level crimes. We're used to seeing their mugshots plastered all over the internet, but when police officers are convicted for serious crimes, we don't have anything. The report says that a Metropolitan Police officer, who is a serving officer, has been found guilty of assault and public order offences. PC Stephen Maskell, 44 years old, from the North East Command, and he appeared at Willesden Magistrates Court on the 17th of June. He was found guilty of assault by beating, threatening, abusive, insulting words, and behaviour likely to cause harassment, and also alarm and distress. The charges relate to an incident that happened in the early hours of the morning on the 5th of July 2020 during lockdown. This happened on Charlton Road, Northwest 10. A disturbance was heard in the street when a concerned member of the public, who is a victim, went to investigate. He was challenged and detained by PC Maskell. PC Maskell was off duty at the time, however he identified himself as a police officer and grabbed the victim and began shouting at him, detaining him for a stop and search that he had no grounds to do so. They say that PC Maskell became abusive and aggressive to the victim and another resident who came to the street to ask what was happening. Officers attended and found that Maskell was clearly intoxicated and he was arrested and later charged in August 2020. The Met's Directorate of Professional Standards was made aware of the incident and Maskell was put on restrictive duties. The misconduct proceedings will take place following the conclusion of the criminal ones, but he's not yet been sacked from the police, and he's going to appear again on the 19th of July at Willesden Magistrates. The high standards we expect from our officers apply equally when they are off duty. PC Maskell's actions on the night were unacceptable, and the misconduct proceedings will now take place following the conclusion of the criminal investigation. So, as I said, I'm the only media site to actually even talk about this, and it's frankly quite dangerous when you ignore this sort of corruption. As we've seen recently in another story that I covered on the channel about a Metropolitan Police officer that was actually jailed for racially profiling and assaulting a man called Cole Abrahams. PC Charlie Harrison, 39 years old, was jailed after he stopped a man walking down the street to the cemetery with his sons on the 31st of December back in 2018. This is another thing they enjoy doing as well, making sure the case takes as long as possible so you forget about the case. The court heard that the police officer blocked the victim's path and kicked him in the knee and knocked him to the ground and fractured his shin. The officer has been jailed for 2 years and 3 months after being convicted of GBH after a trial in March, and he has subsequently been sacked from the Metropolitan Police also. So that's 2 examples and several examples of police brutality and corruption in the past week on the channel. So it makes you wonder if people that need power and control are attracted to the job of a policeman. So I really want to hear about the victims. If you live in Northwest London and you had any experience with this officer, please get in touch as well. And it's the same as the victim of this original case, because you deserve to be heard. So I really appreciate you joining me today. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.